Hello guys, True here. And before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that me and Plague League have sort of teamed up and we're doing a promotion. And basically, you can use code TrueTCG to get 5% off of your order at Plague League. The link to their shop will be in the description below. Yeah, just to let you guys know, you can use code TrueTCG for 5% off. Go check them out. They give great prices on the trainer toolkits, the Pikachu and Zekrom GX League battle deck. Yeah, all great prices and stuff. Go show them some love. And with all of that being said, let's get into today's video. Hello everyone, True here, back with another video. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day. And before we get into this video, please do remember to like and subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 75 subscribers by the day. While you're at it, please remember to drop a like on today's video. It really helps this video get shared with other people. Without further ado, let's get into the Salamence VMAX post-rotation deck profile. So, as you can see here, I have the deck list here pulled up on a PowerPoint sheet, and this is the visual view of it. I will be going over why I put in every single card as well as the numbers. So yeah, let's just get into this. So let's first off go over what both Salamence V and Salamence VMAX what they do. Let's go over what they do. So Salamence V, I'll have a translation come up. Salamence V for 3 energy Transflight. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. This is a very good attack, being able to spread lots of damage on our opponent's Pokemon. And with Eternatus coming out, we get even more value out of Transflight, which is really nice. And for 4 energy, and Transflight can also set up one-hit knockouts on things like tag teams and sometimes even VMAXs. So Transflight is a super good attack, especially on Salamence V alone. And for 4 energy cards, 160 damage. Not really. That's not really the attack we're looking to use. With Salamence V, just with the basic, we're more looking to utilize Transflight to spread some damage early game. But if we ever need to one-shot something like a Dedenne, we always have that attack available to us. Now let's go over what Salamence VMAX does. I'll also have a translation come up on screen. For 1 energy Twin Sonic, this attack does 40 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance for bench Pokemon, of course. Not that you'll be applying weakness or resistance to the active Pokemon either, since nothing is really weak to normal types, but that's fine. Twin Sonic, nice way to be able to spread some damage as well. And a nice combo you can do is Transflight. Put 30 damage on each of your opponent's Jirachis, and then Twin Sonic, take a knockout on 2 of your opponent's Jirachis if they have them in play. That's a super nice way to get 2 prizes, and it's pretty effective as well. And for 4 energy cards, 240 damage, and we can't use Max Wing the following turn. And of course, that's not really the problem. Most of the times, we have 2 Salamence VMAX in play, and using Switch, we can just alternate in between the Salamence VMAXs. And the deck build I have here really focuses on consistency. I really believe this is the best way to play Salamence VMAX. Hence the 4 Judge Whistle. Really trying to get as much draw as possible. Acrobikes are rotating, unfortunately, so instead of using something like Pokegear, I just went with Judge Whistles because normal Firebox usually plays Acrobikes for speed, and Judge Whistle is sort of like an Acrobike. Not really the same, but it's sort of more conservative, which is also not a bad thing either. So we play 4 Salamence VMAX, 4 Salamence V and 3 Salamence VMAX. That 4-3 line is really nice. We want to find Salamence V turn 1, so we play 4 of those, and we don't need, we usually only need 2 in play, so we do just play 3 Salamence VMAX. Playing 4, you could play 4, but this deck is sort of tight in space. So just opted for the 3 right there. And we played 3 Dedenne GX. Dedenne GX just being super powerful in this format, you know, just being, and especially in Firebox, sometimes you really just need that burst of power. And with just a quick ball, we get a fresh new hand of 6 cards. So playing 3 Dedenne here is really vital, especially with Vikavolt coming out. Once we do get item lock, we want to be able to find Dedennes to keep drawing cards as soon as possible. So Dedenne GX is just a really nice way to be able to do so. We play one of Heatran GX, which is a super nice card in any Firebox deck really, besides Baby Blacephalon. With that Hot Burn GX, well, Hot Burn GX synergizes really well with Burning Road. Just being able to switch into Heatran GX, move all of those energies onto Heatran GX, and being able to take a big one-hit knockout on a big VMAX Pokemon is super nice for us. So that's the reason we play one of Heatran GX. That's the GX attack we're going with. I haven't really, no, we can't try out Blacephalon GX because that's rotating. So I believe Heatran GX is the best way to utilize our options of a GX attack in this deck. We play 4 Jirachis, again, just to maximize consistency. Starting with Jirachi, again, just super nice. Jirachi really helps us dig for things like welders, boss's orders, or just any trainer in the deck, which this deck really relies off of hitting. So playing 4 Jirachi here, just super nice for us. We play one of Eldegoss V to help recover welders and boss's orders. Eldegoss really acts as a VS Seeker, which is really nice sometimes. When we're down like 4 welders, we can use Eldegoss to get that final welder back. And again, with Eldegoss, we're not afraid to discard a couple of welders early game, so Eldegoss just sort of acts like that insurance plan that actually works, and it's really nice. So Eldegoss, really nice inclusion in this deck. We play 4 welders. Obviously, any Firebox deck that relies off of welder should play 4 welder. Being able to accelerate energies onto this Salamence VMAX to power up that 240 damage attack is super nice for us. And yeah, 4 welder. I really like the welder build so far. It's been running super smoothly. We play 2 boss's orders, not going with the Ninetales route. Again, opting for the most consistency, which does mean playing a few less Pokemon. So just going with the 2 bosses orders. Our Salamence VMAXs, again, are not likely going to be able to get one hit knocked out. So bosses orders, really nice for us. Once we powered up a Salamence VMAX and they hit into it, we have a free turn with bosses orders if we do need to bring up something from the bench like a Dedenne GX or any other softened up 3 prizers. So bosses orders, just really nice in this deck, especially with the fact that Salamence VMAX is not getting one hit knocked out. We play 4 Quick Ball, that's pretty standard. 4 Switch. I haven't tested an Air Balloon. An Air Balloon could be nice in this deck to be able to pivot into something like a Dedenne GX and be able to switch back to hit for 240 damage once we don't have another Salamence VMAX set up. But just playing 4 Switch here and no Air Balloon has been working out really well. 4 Switch in any Firebox deck is pretty much the norm, and this is definitely not out of the ordinary with this deck. We play 4 Judge Whistle again just for consistency purposes, and we play 2 Reset Stamp, which is not a card you see too often in Firebox decks. Reset Stamp is just a super nice card to have now. Reasons being that Jirachi might become less popular because his skateboard is rotating, so reset stamping our opponent is actually going to become much stronger in this coming up post-rotation format. And with Eternatus being a card, Eternatus does not play Jirachi, so if we can reset stamp our opponents to a low card hand, give them a lot less options to work with, and just start swinging with Salamence VMAX in the late game, we can potentially swing the game back into our favor. And Reset Stamp is really just a game changer. In this coming up format, Reset Stamp will be getting a lot stronger because Jirachi's getting a lot weaker. So Reset Stamp, being a 2 of, is really nice in this deck. It's really the one tech we play out of consistency. So Reset Stamp again is really good. We play 2 Fire Crystal to help us recover energy cards. Fire Crystal, sort of standard. I'm not going with the 18 energy build. I'm going with the Fire Crystal build. Again, it's been working out really well so far in testing, so that's really nice. and we play 2 Pokemon Communication to help us search out our Salamence VMAXs. And it can also help us search out some basics, which is why I'm not going with Evolution Incense. We do only play 3 Salamence VMAX, so Pokemon Communication acts as a way to get out these Salamence VMAXs. So Pokemon Communication, just a really nice search option in this deck. Not the greatest card overall, but a really good option for this deck, to say the very least. We play 1 of Palpad to again continue to help us draw more cards with Welder and to recover our gusting options. Palpad is a really nice card in this deck for sure. Really helps us continue to draw cards and to put pressure on our opponent with boss's orders. And it's just, Palpad can be cut for something else. I will not lie to you guys. Palpad, not always the most necessary card in every Firebox deck. Most games you will normally only use for Welder, but playing Palpad helps us increase the chances of hitting Welder, which is a really nice consistency boost. So Palpad, and that's the reason I decided to include the 1 of Palpad. We played 3 Giant Hearth, just a really nice stadium to have. Heat Factory is rotating out, unfortunately, which does sort of hurt Fire, but Giant Hearth again is just such a good stadium. That's why we played 3 of it, because it just helps us search out our Fire energy, and it basically synergizes with our Welder super well. And yeah, Giant Hearth is just the go-to for Fire decks these days. We play 14 Fire energy to be able to utilize Welder as much as possible. 14 Fire, that count has been working out really well for us so far. At least it's been working really well for me so far. In testing, I've been able to basically get Welder every single turn going, every single turn 2 if I'm going first, or every single turn 1 if I'm going second, and I've had 2 energies to work with. So 14 Fire energy, in my opinion, really feels like the perfect count to work with. And the last card that's in this deck is the 2 new powerful colorless energy. I'll have again another translation coming up. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides normal energy, but specifically on normal type Pokemon, which Salamence VMAX is, it basically buffs the damage by 20. And this is super nice because it just allows us to hit a little bit harder, and sometimes the math really adds up. I don't see much reason for playing more than 2. I really feel like prioritizing the Fire energy is more important, but playing 2 is super nice when we can attach it for turn and just swing a little harder. And this also allows Twin Sonic to do 60 damage to the active, which is also pretty nice. So in my opinion, powerful colorless energy goes pretty well with Salamence VMAX. 260 damage is better than 240 damage. And 280 damage is better than 240 damage as well. So again, powerful colorless energy. It's just a nice inclusion. You can try the deck without it. I haven't really tried it without powerful colorless energy. Some downsides to powerful colorless energy is that you cannot find it with any of the cards in the deck. You just have to draw into it. But when you do draw into it, it works out really nicely. And this deck doesn't really have any bad matchups going into the post-rotation format. Vikavolt and Pikarom obviously are the sort of hard matchups because Salamence VMAX is weak to Lightning, but Vikavolt is losing a lot of its, but Lightning is losing a lot of its support, which is why I feel like Salamence VMAX does indeed have a place in the meta, due to the fact that its hard counters are getting weaker. And Fire does lose some consistency. Losing Heat Factory is never great. Losing Fiery Flint also sort of sucks, but you don't lose as much as Lightning, and for that very reason, I feel like Salamence VMAX is going to be a maybe tier 1.5 deck to tier 2 deck. I can't really see it being tier 1 going into the post-rotation format. The Eternatus VMAX matchup actually isn't too bad. Eternatus VMAX cannot one-shot your Salamence VMAX, and we're 2-hit knocking them out pretty nicely. We don't really have any bad matchups again going into the post-rotation format, so I feel like Salamence VMAX is going to be a pretty big player. That's really all I have to say for the deck. Really consistent build. Just trying to draw as many cards as possible, draw into your welders, and when you do welder, you draw even more cards, and then you can Dedenne GX draw even more cards, and it just really focuses on consistency. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, please do remember to like and subscribe. And yeah, remember, have a safe, stay safe, have a good day, and peace out.